Well, howdy, everybody. This is Mitch. Welcome to my site, and I'm glad you're here. Thanks for listening. I wanted to take just a couple of minutes and talk to you guys because I haven't really talked to you much lately. But I promise, if you listen to the end of this video, I've got some new music to share with you. So hang around till the end. I got a new song for you I'd like you to hear. But in the meantime, kind of wanted to just give an update on where I am with this journey. So when I got started, a lot of you probably who have been following me since day one noticed that things changed a little bit. When I first got started, I was I was really chasing the success. I wanted to have a song on the radio. I wanted to do everything I could to sound like those guys on the radio and to do the kind of songs that you hear on the radio and to do what's popular, and a lot of songs about drinking and partying and that. And don't get me wrong, I like to have a beer every now and then, but I came to the realization that that wasn't me. A couple of you who go back and listen to some of my early songs, I even kind of tried to uh, make my accent a little bit more country than it really is. And there's a couple of funny ones in there, so you ought to go back and listen to them. But I just realized that I got to be true to myself, and I love country music. I love country music. But you know what? I also love Jesus. I'm a worship leader for our church, for our kids program at our church, and I love going there and watching them raise their hands and have a good time, and I love spreading that message and spreading the hope of Jesus. And like I said, I love a good beer every now and then too. So I decided that kind of going forward, I want my music to be my music and to be me. I want it to have a positive impact. I want it to be something that when you listen to it makes you think, or it makes you feel good, or it makes you cry in a good way, or it gives you hope. That's really what I want. So I kind of got to a point where it's really not about me making money, and it's not about me having this major success, but it's about getting my music heard, and putting stuff out there that has a positive impact. So if you followed me around the Christmas time, you saw me doing a lot of Christmas songs and songs about baby Jesus and songs about, the nativity scene and that. And I even had one person say to me, he says, wow, you sure been doing a lot of those type of songs. Are you ever going to get back to singing your regular country songs? And yes, I am. And if you've been listening lately, you've kind of heard a mix. And that's really where I want to be. So now, if you've been following me, you've seen that I just put out an album that's quite different than anything I've done. So if you go over to Spotify and you look for Standing on the Rock, I'm going to even forget the name of it. It's so new, but it's Standing on the Rock, a Christian rock album. And when I was young, I listened to what a lot of people called the devil's music. It was really hard and heavy and kind of dark. And my wife, one Christmas, gave me a cassette of Stryper, and it kind of changed my whole music outlook. And I loved that hard, heavy, positive message music. And so at that point, I was writing songs, and I really wanted to write something in the form of Stryper or in the form of Skillet or some of those bands. I wanted to write something hard rock and Christian. I didn't have the guitar ability to do that. So fast forward to today with all the tools we have out there where you can create demos fairly easy by just plugging in a guitar and some vocals and let it productionize it. And lo and behold, I got to put out my first Christian hard rock album. Now, that was a dream come true for me, and that was for my own purpose and my own bucket list. So I'm still mostly writing country, positive, inspirational type music, and also getting more into writing Christian songs where I kind of started it all. So that's really where I'm gonna be in the next songs that you see. Is some of them will be country, but hopefully you catch a positive message in there. Some of them will be Christian, and hopefully they give you hope. This next song that I'm putting out, that I'm going to put out of this video, though, here in just a second, is one that is kind of tells that same story through a country song about my wife and I, about finding our way back. You know, like many couples out there, we had our struggles along the way. I was chasing that corporate ladder and doing everything I could to climb, and spending countless hours at the office, and man, we did okay. We actually did okay bank wise, but we kind of lost each other a little bit along the way because of that. And so it's time to get back. So I can tell you my relationship with my wife is awesome because we've found our way back. So this song is called Way Back. Thank you for listening. God bless y'all. Here we go. Way back in the woods, there's a little house that waits for you and me. It ain't too fancy and it ain't high tech, but it's everything we need. And it's a little drive from the city lights where I have to earn my pay. But the weekend's coming and we finally got some time, and it's time to get away. 'Cause way back down a gravel road is where we need to be. We chased the dream and made our way, but we lost you and me. We can kick back round the fire pit, put our love back on the track. It's been a little way too long, but we're on our way back. Way back behind that little house, there's a homemade fishing pier, and there's a bench swing back beside the lake where we can sit and drink a beer. It's far enough off the main road to avoid the traffic sounds. We can feel the smile coming back on our face each time we're back around. 'Cause way back down a gravel road is where we need to be. We chased the dream and made our way, but we lost you and me. We can kick back round the fire pit, put our love back on the track. It's been a little way too long, but we're on our way back. And when the moon shines through the trees and the light shines in your eyes, we are back where we belong, and now I realize. Way back down a gravel road is where we need to be. We chased the dream and made our way, but we lost you and me. We can kick back round the fire pit and put our love back on the track. It's been a little way too long, but we're on our way back. It's been a little way too long, but we're on our way back.